What's up, everybody? This is the Retrogamer back with you for another couple of DOS reviews. And this time it's a Street Fighter review, as this is the original Street Fighter we're going to be looking at in the first half of this episode today. Not much to be said here. There's really no music at all, so you're going to be dealing with Atari-style sound effects, and the graphics on this thing are just flat-out horrible. The fights really don't last that long. And I'm honestly unsure of how we got from this pathetic thing to what we're going to be looking at in the second half, but at least the special moves were actually semi-easy to pull off in this one. I figured it out with ease, whereas on the other Street Fighter games, I can't figure it out at all. But in the TurboGrafx CD version of this, there were actually voices and music. I don't know why they couldn't port that over, but we're going to restart here. And you see the map screen again. I have to defeat Retsu here in order to go on to the next round. And you know what? There's really not much more to say about this. I'm just going to sit back and let y'all watch the rest of this fight and chime in as I need to, but I really think they could have done better with some music here. Some music to set the mood. There's only 4 stages in the game, one person per stage, and the names are kind of generic. Like, for example, later on you'll see Mike and Joe for the US. Those are like the most generic names I've ever heard, but it does get tougher as the thing goes on, unlike other Street Fighter games where it's one set difficulty the entire time. But this one, it was an early, I guess you could call it a Street Fighter prototype, but the fact of the matter is it wasn't that great of a game at all. And the Hadouken here doesn't even look like a fireball. It looks like an energy wave. And you couldn't pick any of the other characters. You were in this version you were just Ryu until you beat until you beat the game, then Ken came in. Wasn't sure how to pick Ken, but I think you needed a second controller like on the Turbo version. But the fights don't last all that long. That's the only problem. The only way they'll last is if you go into a third round, which doesn't happen often. These fights are fast, and you can really win by... I won by spamming the Hadouken. That was the only move I could really remember. And the AI is so stupid it'll leap right into the Hadouken at times, which makes this game pretty hilarious to take a look at. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and show y'all this last fight here, and then I'm gonna take a little break and switch over to the next game in a few minutes. But I'm just gonna chime out right here and say good night, everybody. We'll be right back. Enjoy the rest of the fight. We are back, and we are going to look at Street Fighter 2. This is the more well-known version of Street Fighter 2 on the DOS platform, but also probably the worst Street Fighter 2 port that I've actually played, but we'll get into that. The 8 characters are here from the console version, but this one, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, it runs much slower and much choppier than the other ones. Oh, and this load time could actually go. Notice with Street Fighter 1 there was no load time. This one, I don't know why they wanted this in. It's like a 5-minute thing. That's one of the main issues with this game, but you'll see the next one, probably in the second half of the fight, where these guys just jump like they're on the moon. But obviously not happening right now, but it's going to later on, probably. Because you will have to jump to duck fireballs and such things in this game, but still. The fighting mechanic could be better. It really could be. I mean, this whole game could have been better if Capcom had made it. But still. I don't know why Capcom didn't do this one. Oh, by the way, there are no voices in this game, so that announcer's not here. The AI is a bit smarter. I mean, on the other Street Fighter games, I could sucker anybody into getting shocked at least 3 times a match. Couldn't do it at all this one. And you can literally just win on a strong strike if you're good enough. Especially if it's like somebody's got a tomahawk chop like Blanca does. And I love how the music changes throughout each round. The music, while not that great, the changing music was something that the other version could have had per round. The console versions. But I guess I semi-understand why they did it this way, but this version, it really doesn't stand out from the other versions. It feels like an exact copy without the voices. which basically it's really all it is. It's an exact copycat without the voices here. But all I'm really gonna say on this version is that it would have been much more worth the play if Capcom had made it over US Gold. But anyway, I won that fight. Now we're gonna go on to the next set of fights here. And I love the post-battle screens. And we head on next. There are 8 stages in this game. You don't know where you're going to be heading next. It's India and Bastard Doll Scene. But you see the 2 USA stages, the Brazil and everything else. You will face yourself at least once. Anyway, long-ass load time yet again. This really slowed the flow of the game down. I mean, in the console version, it took not even that long to load. The flow of the game was not to be interrupted, and honestly, that was great for this version of the game. That wasn't the case in this version of the game. But at least they tried to do something right with the AI. But doll seem though, yuck. And the controls to this game are just horrendous. I mean, for some reason you can't use the arrow keys. I would have loved to, but you can't. I tried with the numeric arrow keys too, the numeric keys, and that didn't work. So I just used the top row numeric keys, which makes it even more complicated. Controls in this game are just too complicated. And now we're gonna go into the second half of the fight, where I'm actually gonna choose somebody else to take this bitch on, but we're actually gonna do it with my gym, Ryu, whatever his name is. I don't know how to pronounce it, nor do I care, but this is the second try against Dalsim, and what you're gonna see. I really should have edited the load screens up, but I wanted to show you guys the longest load times. The problem, that was the main issue I had with this game. The load time was so long here that you could go make a snack in the time it takes to load this. But anyway, with Dalsim and Ryu here, the AI just spams special moves. That was one main problem I had. Dalsim, on the other hand, would spam the Yoga Flame, the Yoga Fire actually, and that long limb kick of his. Not too easy to defeat on the computer version, but on the console ones, he was like middle round. But anyway, I'm gonna chime out now and just say thank you for watching. Good night, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the fight.